Tim has like gotten up on his chair.
Yeah, Tim's like conspiracy.
I'm getting
theorist.
into. I'm literally holding the mic.
Yeah,
in my
it looks
hand
like he's
right now.
about to like tell us a secret.
So here's the thing.
What do you know, Tim?
Boo, do, 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 do,
Yeah, full of shit. Yeah, we got Jacob on today. We got Noah and Tim talking like idiots, full of shit.
Welcome, Jacob. This is your third time here now.
I'm a veteran at this point.
You are.
Yeah.
You definitely have the tally. The only other person... No, nobody else even has 2.
I'm
Except
keeping.
us.
I got a healthy head
Oh, yeah.
start at this point. Leaving the dust.
Suck it, Jacob. I've been on every episode.
I will be forever inferior to you.
Yeah.
I will never be able to live up to you at this point.
So, because you have so much experience with us now, we were thinking, literally just before this, that we can't ask you to do an intro anymore because you know you're ready for it.
I've done 2 already.
Yeah, that's right.
It's almost like doing research at this point.
Yeah. Well, that's dangerous ground because you could have been
You've
thinking about it
saying
before you
that's
came
a little
here.
questionable there,
Yeah.
compadre.
That's right. So we figured that instead, we're going to ask you a question. And this question hasn't even entered my mind yet. And I'm about to ask it.
That's
Wow.
quite the question
This is
right
skirting
there.
the line.
So after you ask the question, we will then rate your answer to that question to keep up our rating system.
Okay. You guys do
So
have quite
here
the
comes
sophisticated
here
system.
comes the question.
All right, I'm ready.
What is the proper way to eat a banana?
Wow.
You see, this is a very delicate method.
It is.
Well, because it depends on the crowd. You know, when you're with the homies, you gotta lay down the banana on its side, right? You gotta take like a butter knife and you gotta cut along the ridges. Like, you know how it's kind of got like those pencil-like ridges on it? You just cut along one of those 2 ways, peel it, unfold it. Then it almost looks like an unfolding cigarette, you know. And you'll start slicing the banana slices. You pick them up and eat them. This is a homies only method.
That's right, because you're asking for trouble if you
But
eat it any
if
other
you're
way.
gaming, right, you don't have time to just eat a banana.
Oh, no.
All right, so you peel that bad boy, you peel it down to the base, but not all the way, right? You got to leave it enough that you can grab it like 3 fingers, like your thumb, pointer, and middle finger, and then you open wide, open the airway, open the old glizzy gladiator, and you throat that bad boy because that takes all of 30 seconds, and you're right back to the keyboard gaming again.
Are you saying you would eat the entire banana in that one
You
go?
slurp it down. You ever see the
God.
video of the dude inhaling a hot dog? It's like that with a banana, dude. Just
So what about in like a professional setting? What about like in a business meeting?
Yeah.
You see, that's something where you got to take some time to observe the playing ground there because you got to see how other people are eating their bananas to see the
All right.
established meta, right?
So like your situation is there is a fruit bowl in the middle of the
You don't
office
take the
table.
banana right away.
Everyone takes everything else but the banana.
You don't take fruit then.
You just
do
leave
not.
it. But what if it's rude then? Like what if
I'd
like,
rather be known
everybody
as
else is-
rude than to
everybody else is
improperly
eating?
eat a banana to deviate from the established norm of eating a banana there. It's dangerous to deviate. Like if you walk in and you peel it halfway and you take a big meaty bite, that's a bold play right there.
Oh yeah, somebody's already gonna have their phone
You're
camera
gonna
out.
you could feel the dozens
are-
of eyes burning into you as you do that.
Yeah.
Like no, you gotta look around.
And then the final part of this I'll ask is, what if you're in court and the only way to prove your innocence is by eating a banana?
See
It was
this
some sort of banana related crime,
banana related crime.
and
Okay,
this is how you prove your innocence. And you are innocent, but you're like,
if you're angry, you do like a modified throat god. All right, but you don't do it as quick, right? You're trying to make a bit of a point. So you do like a spaghetti noodle. You know, you like seductively like slurp one up slowly. Just grab it by like the end and just start slowly just slurp it in. You got to make eye contact with the judge the whole time. The more saliva, like the messier it gets, like on your face and like on your shirt, the better. Because by the time he's done, he's like, at this point, dude, that's all right. I don't care. It's okay. Just go home. It's all right, boys. Let him go.
So you just literally just
Look you right in the eyes, peel it
Seduce
down to
the
the base.
judge
No,
by
I'm
eating
not
a banana.
seducing him. Just making him
it
uncomfortable.
kind of sounds like you're seducing.
Well,
it
I
really
mean,
does.
I get if the judge is into that and he hits me up afterwards, homie's got some banana skills over here.
Love is love, man.
Just
Exactly.
leave the socks on.
Exactly. Yeah. We're all good.
All right, well, that was quite a doozy.
That
Yeah.
was a doozy of a question.
I'm gonna rate that one on the with the subject, I guess. And in terms of banana, in terms of readiness of banana.
In terms of banana republics.
No. No. So like, like a green banana, you don't want that.
No.
That's
You
too ripe.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
quite ready for purchase. Let that sit on the quick trip
Mhm.
shelves a couple
Keep
more
an eye on that one,
days.
though.
Yeah.
It'll be ready
Definitely.
soon.
Yeah, next time you come in,
Oh,
be
yeah.
ready for that one. Because if you're like a normal person, you should be buying bananas pretty much every other day.
Yeah. Definitely.
It's just like,
My banana supply has been real high lately.
I'm just thinking in the back of my head, I'm just like, I haven't had a banana in like a month.
What are you talking about?
Quick,
Of
get
course
this
you've
man
had
banana. His
bananas.
potassium's low.
I gotta
Anyway,
refill.
I would say yours is like a perfect, like just turned yellow.
Wow.
Maybe a little tiny bit of green.
That
in it.
might be
But
my
that's
best rating so far.
But that's what you want when you buy bananas.
Yeah.
You want that
Yeah.
little bit of green in
exactly. Just a hint, because that way, if like you don't want to eat it right away,
That's
you
right.
have some time to let it sit
it. It's
there.
optimal amount of time for
Exactly.
banana.
Exactly. It'll still be good if you do
that's
want to
like-
eat it right away.
Ideal.
It is.
And then like when you peel the banana, there's no bruises, only a little bit of that stringiness.
Yep, the weird,
Yeah.
disturbing part that's always hanging up.
Yeah, and that
Crazy.
because that description had just like the right enough of variety. I know how to eat a banana in most situations now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I don't worry, I got you guys.
Thank
All
you.
right, Tim.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a very good rating on this one on the scale of frisbees.
Frisbees, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those like the cheap like store-bought ones, like the cheap like toy store ones.
Those
like,
ones
they're
that crack like the second it hit the
yeah,
pavement.
yeah, like the really brittle plastic ones. And then you got the disc golf driver,
Like the ultimate frisbee official branded like
right
2-pounder.
I'm saying like you are literally the what's the next step down from the driver in disc golf? Like the
The putter?
slightly smaller
The passenger.
That's the putter,
one?
isn't
Is
it?
the passenger? I'm gonna go.
I'm just making a driver joke.
Oh.
Wow.
It's just like
a menace to society.
That completely went over my head. Well, flying over there like a frisbee, if you might.
Nah, your reflexes too fast. You would have
Yeah.
caught it.
So, yeah, I'm gonna say you're like whatever the next size down from the driver. Like that was nearly perfect.
That, you know what? I'll take that as well.
You're not gonna get quite all the way to the basket, but you are getting damn well close
Thank you. I'm on par,
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
you are
I'm just
on
aiming for par.
in disc golf.
I'll take it. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that.
No problem.
And just one more thing before we get started. A lot of preamble to this one. I apologize for that. I've been getting a lot of questions recently, just in personal life, about why we've been referring to listeners as non-salad eaters.
You gotta go back to Jacob's second episode.
That sounds like a question that a full salad eater would
That's
ask.
what I'm
I'm
thinking.
just like you are. If you're asking that question, you are.
Like, okay,
A
whoever
salad
sent that, and if you listen to this, did you think you'd get this by? You think we would notice this?
You think we would,
Right.
we would
I
not
can
know?
smell the vinegar dressing through the email.
Oh,
I can
man.
smell that
The
Caesar.
vinaigrette.
Yeah, it's reeking up this room right now.
So yeah, if you have that question, go back and listen to the beginning of who could beat the Empire faster than Luke Skywalker,
Yes.
Yep.
and all will be revealed.
And then since you're going back that far, might as well just go back and listen to all of that.
Yeah,
and
because
tell
then,
your friends too.
Yeah,
because
tell them about
then
us.
you and your friends will no longer be salad eaters.
We have a lot of wisdom to instill.
That's right. This is a show purely about life lessons.
Yes.
If you dig deep, if you really analyze every single one of these episodes, there's a life lesson, a moral. And if you want to email us at fullofshitpod@gmail.com and tell us what the life lesson you find in each episode is, we will read them live on air.
Yes,
I'm making that commitment right now,
Yes,
no matter how filthy it is.
Yup, definitely. Definitely. That's definitely what he's doing. If you want to find us on Instagram, though, you can find us at Full of Shit Official, but the I is a period. That's Full of Shit Official, but the I is a period. And you can find us on Facebook as well under Guys Space Full of It, because Facebook's got, first name, last name. That's
Yeah.
Guys
Yeah.
Full of It.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. Enough preamble.
Yep,
The
for the
question,
non-salad eaters.
yeah. The question for this week is, which fast food mascot would make the best mafia leader? So I guess we got to kind of set some criteria here.
Yeah.
A mafia leader, what are the
Mob
characteristics
boss.
you look for in a mob boss?
So I guess it really depends because there's like different mobs that you can be part of. Like you can be like the
So the Russian mob is a very different
Right.
animal than the Italian mob.
So why don't we set up like our stereotypical like the Godfather mob? which would be,
yeah,
like
so
the
the
Italian
classic
mob.
Italian
Yeah.
mob.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
bring me my white
so,
cat.
Or like like Yakuza is very different.
Yeah,
as well.
so
Yeah,
very,
definitely.
very different
stereotypical
breed.
the Godfather mob.
Yep, horse
So
in the bed,
Italians.
that kind of stuff.
Right.
All right, so I guess this also begs the question, who's up for like grabs? Because like McDonald's has got Grimace. You've got the Hamburger.
I'd say the main ones.
Okay, just
Ronald
the main
McDonald.
boy, the
Yep.
poster child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald for McDonald's, Wendy,
Burger King,
the Burger King,
the crispy kernel.
the Crispy Kernel, the cone,
The
from
$5
Culver's.
foot long.
The $5 footlong, I would say, is the mascot of Subway.
Yep. Okay.
It may or may not be, but we're taking it that way.
The star from Hardee's. The hat from Arby's.
The chicken from Chick-fil-A.
Yes. Or the cows. I'd say the cows is more of like the real mascot there because the chicken's more just in the logo.
That's true.
I'd argue the cows.
You know, I kind of think we should open this up to just mascots, period.
Just
I think we
in
should let
general.
the Geico Gecko in. We should let Flo in.
Okay. Okay. I like this.
All right. I mean, that's like opening up to even into the the sports world. Right?
Yeah, any mascot, I'd say.
Wow. Okay. We got a lot to choose from.
Breaking news, a full of shit first ever. The topic has been changed
Called an audible.
mid-show. We called an audible. The new topic is what mascot would make the best mafia boss?
You still need to think of like a nickname for them though.
Right.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Well, wow. This is a broad
I was
ocean
gonna say,
to pick
we
from.
just opened that wide
So,
open.
I guess let's start
Okay.
with people that we know right away, because we don't necessarily have to like narrow down right away. But let's just start you shooting off some mobsters, all right off the bat, because like
So it's like templates, basically? Like mobsters
no, I
we
mean
know?
like I don't know, like so for KFC. I don't know. I'd call him the Colonel, right?
Oh,
right.
gotcha.
Real
Like
dapper
mafia
looking Phil.
names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Like
let's-
how like Capone was Scarface.
And then from there, we can kind of whittle our way down just from how broad of a, like how many
so
mascots.
what would Flo be?
Oh, I
The lady in white?
to do the lady in white. I
That's
kind of
not
want
a
to do
good
something
one.
about like their savings and like progressive somehow.
I like the lady in white for
The
Flo.
money
That's such-
saver.
the lady in white is such like a mafia name.
It really is. I do.
Walks
She
in.
is always wearing white too. Okay, I can. She'd be
She-
sitting there with like her scan gun, except it's just like an all white Beretta or something.
I feel like mafia
She
names are
comes
often
rolling up. Flo comes rolling up, riding a house with a car, with a
a
boat
lifted
on
house.
top of a motorcycle.
Wait a
because
minute.
they cover all of
Like,
it.
dude, you could do Shaquille O'Neal for Gold Bond. See, that's a contender right away.
Oh my god.
His name would just be Shaq.
Yeah, say just Shaq. Just
Yeah. It's either that or what's his actual nickname? His actual nickname is like
Shaq.
Big Mac or something like that.
Is it?
Like,
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
like he's like
Big
like
Mac
the
Shack.
like the Mac truck or something like that.
so he's a master in Shaq fu.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Oh, dude.
Why don't we limit it to like caricatures?
Yeah, like so,
Yeah.
like fictional characters.
So Flo's out.
Yep, flows out.
Yep. So you still got the Geico Gecko.
Actually, let's do fictional. So Flo's in,
Yeah, okay,
Okay.
yeah.
but Shaq's out.
Just no celebrity like cameos or
Right,
advocacies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I feel like Ronald McDonald as almost bland of a choice. Just call him the Ron Don McDonald or something like
I
that.
think just the
the
Ronald.
Ron. The Ronald. The Ronald. He's got like his like guns are named like the Big Mac or something like that. The Quarter Pounder and the Big Mac.
What would they call his gang?
His right
Hamburglers.
hand man is the Hamburglar.
Yeah, that would be his right, because that he does his dirty work, right?
Yeah.
He goes out.
Grimace would be like the enforcer, I would imagine.
No, Grimace would do the dirty work because Grimace is like the sloth of the group. He's like the
Yeah.
big oaf brute. He doesn't know what he's doing. They're just taking advantage of the poor guy.
Grimace is the one going out breaking thumbs. Like
Yup.
Rocky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
See, the Hamburglar is the conniving rat of the group who's
Yeah,
like
he's
sneaking
like the-
around.
Like the loan shark.
Yup.
Like
See,
the Mr. Strauss of
yes.
the Vanderlyn gang.
Yes, exactly.
He's the tax collector of the group.
yeah. He can do basic math of the group while the rest are a bit of dunderheads.
Who else is in that? There's a girl one.
Oh, what is her name? She's like the duck looking one, right? Yeah, with the pigtails. Oh my gosh. I don't know her name.
So since you picked
Susan.
since you brought up Ronald, do you want to take ownership of that one and tell us what the McDonald's mafia would look like?
Yeah, I could do that. So you see, these guys, they're big, but they're not just happy being big. They want to be the biggest around, but they're also one of the few places that like their control's so like strong where they are. They don't even have like fronts for their business.
Where are they?
See, they're all over the place. They're one of those that like their families immigrated
There.
everywhere. You see, they started from a little town in Italy. A couple old people have like 32,000 kids. You know how it be. And next thing you know, a couple boats across the ocean. A certain Ron the First. You know, he has a troubled life over there. He thought he'd strike the American dream. He and his son, Ronald, are struggling on the streets of like New York City. And then next thing you know, they meet some, you know, Italian mafia, like the local mafia sect over there.
And do they take it over?
Oh, absolutely.
How do they take it over? Like violently?
You see, they start by they need funds first, right? So
Yeah.
they start like the burger joint. That's where that comes into play. But then they start by hiring small gangs for like skirmish, almost like mercenary style, just small like hustlers looking to make some money. They're like, hey, go vandalize some of their properties. You know, go scare them. Go let them know that we're in town. Let them know that we're up to something.
Wow.
You know, trying to scare them. And then after things start boiling over, eventually, that's when shit gets real. That's when things get McSpicy.
That's when the McChicken comes out.
But during this engagement, see, Ronald gets pissed at his dad, so you get some inter-family drama in the
This is
same
so
time.
detailed.
Wow.
So Ron kills his father in the midst of the conflict, but because of this, earns the respect of his followers, somehow wins the freaking gang war with the Italians, and starts a base operations in New York City. And now, what? How many years has it been? Like, I'm going to say 50 years. McDonald's has only existed for 50 years, whether or not that's true. For 50 years later, they're a global enterprise. Don't even have fronts.
So their thing is just the McDonald's restaurant.
It is. It's just ruthlessly
Do
aggressive.
they even do crime? Or are they,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What sort of crimes do they commit?
Yeah.
Well, they move product.
Like
They're that
what-
big.
Like what kind of product? Like fries?
The illicit kind.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, product. You see, well, when you have such a big distribution channel,
You know.
you're basically just ignoring free money at that point if you're not partaking in that. Especially with, they've already got all this blood in their hands. The police have already been trying to get a case on them for decades now, ever since day
So the
one.
police are aware of it.
Oh, they're
It's
aware,
just-
but
it's
they've
kind of like
so
Capone
much money.
where they just can't.
So powerful, yeah. They
Yeah.
just can't get anything out of them. And plus, any politicians speak out on them, well, when you're making hundreds of billions of dollars a year, just slip him a couple Benji Franklins, and next thing you know, he's like, "What McDonald's?" And he doesn't care.
Dang.
That is a strong. There's just so much backstory there. Like that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you
so
gotta get some
detailed.
context for it.
All right. I got this. I'm going to take the Colonel.
I can respect the
As in Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders, the man, the myth, the legend, the crispy Colonel.
crispy Colonel. Would he be like one of those? Would he be a really temperamental guy, or be one of those
Yeah.
like really suave,
here's the thing.
cool kind of?
He gets his name, the Colonel, because he was in the military. He was a colonel.
When
then
did he
he-
serve?
He what?
When did he serve?
I'll see. This is like recent times. So he was like Vietnam.
Oh.
All right.
Colonel. All right.
The Colonel in Nam. You know, he's munching down on chicken over there in Nam.
Did he?
He gets into trouble with some Viet Cong.
Mhm.
Only he thought they were Viet Cong, and instead they were friendlies.
Oh no! Did he lose it? Did he lose his mind
he
overseas?
lost his mind. He lost his mind, and he murdered them all.
Did he? So is that where he like found his recipe over there?
Yeah.
Holy crap!
And then he got dishonorably discharged, right?
Oh yeah. It's
I would
understandable.
probably say so.
He was he was
hope- I
charged
hope
for
so.
war crimes.
Was he found guilty?
No.
No. How?
What?
Wow!
How did he get away with that?
Holy crap!
So here's the thing. Interestingly enough, the rest of his crewmates, the rest of his platoon had his back. They said, wow. This
They
man-
respected him.
They respected this man.
Wait, so who were these friendlies that he killed? Were they like friendly Vietnamese?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have like an international crisis going on here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was so like jumpy. He was like, yeah, we're gonna
Man,
just
you know, when
take
you're
him out
in the
anyways.
jungles that long, man, it's
Yeah,
you're
man.
gonna get jumpy.
The trees started speaking. So
So are these is like the platoon members who had his back? Is this like his inner circle then?
yeah. So now he's got a platoon. He's got a platoon of ex-military members. They've all been discharged. Not charged with war crimes, but almost. All right.
It's not
So
something.
he comes back. He's got this wonderful recipe for crispy chicken. He's got a special steam pot to do it. All right. He starts selling these things. He's like, all right, this is working.
It's
People
like
are
some
liking
cast
this.
iron pot, like some
Yeah,
rusty,
these are like pressure.
crusty-
These are pressure pots that are
Ooh.
made for chicken, man. And they come over.
specifically for chicken.
And he starts spiking his chicken.
Oh,
He starts getting people hooked on his chicken.
what's he spiking his chicken with, dude?
Dude, everything, anything he can get his hands on. He's got his platoon going out there intercepting drug cartels, and he's putting anything he's got into that chicken. All right, so now they're addicted to the chicken. He has got these people in a headlock of chicken.
Holy
All right.
crap!
You
like
know
the
it.
opium wars all over again,
Exactly.
but with
Chicken wars.
And so now they
Chicken
call this
wars.
man the Colonel.
The Colonel.
All right, that's his nickname, as we've established.
So has this like success from his enterprise like brought his sanity back, or is he still just
Oh, no.
insane and he's
This
just
man,
lost it?
this man is still living in Nam in his head.
Oh
All
no,
right.
he never left Nam. He died in
no.
Nam.
He runs.
Oh,
He
no.
runs with his platoon, intercepting drug cartels.
Wait, so he goes after drug cartels?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's kind of
So,
like an
he's-
anti-hero.
He's like yeah. So like to the government, he's
Oh,
like
okay.
top of the line. Like okay, this guy's doing good things for us. Little do they know.
Wait. Hold on. Pause.
Yeah.
If he doesn't like the drug cartels so much, why is he putting drugs in his chicken?
That's why he's going after the drug cartels.
Oh, because they're
The
competition.
shareholders
Yeah.
need something good to look at.
That's what I'm
you know?
So
saying.
he's
He-
not actually
he's-
a good guy.
He doesn't actually care anything about the
bottom
actual
line is
drug,
everything these
drug
days.
cartels. He's caring about what the drug cartels have.
Here I was thinking was the colonel was a good guy.
Oh no. Oh no.
I think a man named Colonel Sanders is a good man.
I thought it was gonna be like a Punisher thing. Where like,
I could see it.
where, like he was going and like he was scarred in Nam, so he came back and he was just killing drug cartels.
Yeah, no.
So
he wanted what
I was wrong.
What was being transported.
Is
by the
his
cartel.
crew like violent only to cartels, or does the violence kind of overlap?
So
with
here's
civilian
where
world?
it gets really messy because anytime somebody decides to investigate into this, they might end up in a pot.
Well, please don't tell me they end up in the chicken.
Dude, have I been eating people?
This
So that's some
this is
damn
fictional.
good
This is
people,
fictional.
dude.
This is like Soylent Greens. Anybody get that reference?
I unfortunately don't.
That's right. I study media.
I'm too smooth, brain.
Continue.
Tim's
Interesting.
thinking.
Interesting. So we got the Colonel, all right? We got the Colonel.
Yeah.
Tim has like gotten up on his chair.
Yeah, Tim's
He's
like,
like-
conspiracy
I'm getting
theorist.
into
He's
I'm literally holding the mic. in
Yeah,
my
it looks
hand
like he's
right now.
about to like tell us a secret.
So
This is-
here's the thing.
What do you know, Tim?
I know about the Colonel. I know all about the Colonel.
Oh, hold on, better check your connection. The government's not watching us.
I'm
right
just
now,
waiting
are
for
they?
a laser dot to appear on his forehead.
I know. I'm scared. I'm like
there is a
watching
window.
behind my back
There is
here.
a window in here. I'm just like, oh shit.
So okay. Instill us
Luckily,
this knowledge.
All right. So then anybody that tries to find out his cartel,
Uh-huh.
what he's doing with the cartels,
Yeah.
and what he's actually doing with all the drugs,
Yeah.
he's gonna come in and he's going to make them disappear. All right?
Okay. So,
So-
where do they go, Tim?
Oh, they end up in the pots, man.
Oh man.
They end up
Aw,
in those
geez.
special
So,
pots.
Are we
He
saying
designed
all?
those
Is their
pots.
chicken exclusively human, or is some of it chicken mixed with human to confuse people?
It might be both.
Is this just unconfirmed information
Yeah.
at this point?
Yeah, you don't dare say anything because
Who's
the
your
crispy
source?
Colonel.
Who's your
I
source?
don't know if you can say that.
I don't know. The way he's acting right now.
Yeah, he's like actually
The-
scared right now.
the,
I'm getting nervous here.
You don't mess with the Colonel, man. I got one free chicken
Colonel
sandwich
messes
from
with
them
you.
by filling out the survey. You never go back.
The destruction from Nam never ended.
No.
He keeps it going.
So now, yeah, so basically the Colonel, to overlap all of this, the Colonel is a retired, discharged Nam vet with his entire platoon running down cartels, grabbing the drugs, putting it in the chicken, and whatever else is in the pot.
We don't talk about that.
And yeah, now people are addicted to his chicken.
So I
And
guess
you cannot leave the chicken once you have.
I have another
consumed it.
question.
Yeah.
Just like, so is it just them conducting the violence, or do they have more people working for them, or is it just like a traveling caravan
This
of
is
dudes?
this is like a nomad platoon.
Okay, so it's just these guys.
Yeah. So how many people is it?
Let's see. I don't know.
It's
how
like
many
some
people are
some
there.
probably have died over the years from.
And they've probably recruited some.
Probably.
You gotta
a
fill
little
the
bit.
ranks somehow.
They're pulling in other discharged.
Well, I
So
bet
if you had to
like guess.
how many people?
I'm gonna say that that platoon is made up of around 30 to 40.
Are they all ex-military?
Yes,
Like that's who they attract.
that's exactly it.
Oh, it
So
makes
they're like a
sense.
Hell's Angels type of thing.
Kind
This
of,
is-
except on drug cartels.
Almost
Yeah.
makes them harder to like find, being a small
Right.
group like that. You know,
And they-
strike hard, small.
They know their stuff.
Okay, okay.
They're like
So how do they cover? Because they're obviously very violently killing cartels. Does the
Mhm.
government just not care since they're killing cartels?
Right.
Or are they
Well, maybe
hiding
it's
that
just like a
somehow?
government's like, cartel on cartel violence.
Right.
At least they're killing each other kind of thing.
Right.
well. So here's the thing: is like these guys are going in. They're almost like spec ops. Like these guys are going and making cartels disappear. And nobody knows where they go.
Oh, so people don't even really know.
Yeah,
So all of a sudden
he's
just
like
drugs
off the
stop
grid.
showing up somewhere.
He's
and they're
like
what's
off
happening?
the grid. The only thing that's traceable to the Colonel is his
The
restaurant.
white coat.
So do people only like see him as like, is that like a front he puts on? Is that he's just running KFC?
Yeah.
So that's like a character.
Yeah.
So people have no clue.
They think this man is a friendly
chicken salesman.
chicken salesman from Kentucky.
Oh,
but
how
no.
wrong they are.
He is an ex-colonel.
Is it weird to say that
Was
human being
discharged.
tastes really good then?
It is weird to say.
I'm sorry, dude. The Colonel does something special about it. All I gotta say. It's
Okay,
Like
so
I said, I got one free chicken sandwich from there by filling out a survey, and I never went back.
game over after that.
So there's this movie called Soylent Greens, and that's
Yeah,
what I was
okay.
referencing before.
Uh-huh.
And it's like this apocalypse where people get like these nutrient bars to eat, and there's different flavors of them, and everyone's favorite is Soylent Greens. And basically, you learn at near the end of the movie that Soylent Greens is people,
Oh,
and
wow.
that's everyone's favorite is Soylent Greens,
the
and
good
that one
one.
is people.
that's
Because it's like when you get old, you get like taken away, and people think they're like going to like a home or something, but they're actually being turned into Soylent Greens.
that's tasty.
Wow.
I bet
Yeah.
I like Soylent Greens.
It's pretty messed up.
Everybody likes it, so I mean, I probably like it too, man.
Yeah,
There's got to be
probably.
some hype about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't want to ask the question that just popped into my head.
All right, moving on.
Thank you.
Don't tempt him.
So mine is a figure that everyone loves.
Yeah.
Like they love this organization. And the organization doesn't have a name, it doesn't have anything, and it operates solely based on pop-up messages that appear on your computer.
Oh,
And they tell you like what your instructions are, what you should do,
yeah.
and then you receive a payment in your bank account later. And it's well known. Like everybody knows about this in
This
my
is like
world.
some like Indian scam almost type stuff.
No, because
Oh.
it's they're well known to reach out to people who are like hurting. So people who are like hurting financially, this organization will reach out and be like, "Hey, if you do this, we'll help you out."
Interesting.
And
So
nobody
looking for
knows
desperate.
who the head of this organization is except for like the top brass, basically, like the top
Right.
3 people
Yeah.
might know or something. And basically, it's just this web of people who do things, and they do anything from like they'll sell weapons,
Holy crap.
they will run local bakeries.
And this is all through these desperate people, right? That they like doing this
Yes.
stuff through. Oh,
It's not even always desperate people. It's just
usually people who are generally hurting for the most
Yeah.
part.
I'm dying to know.
And so that's the thing is they don't know who the person running this is.
Okay.
And this figure will occasionally release like videos that are like speeches and stuff,
Yeah,
kind of like talking
okay.
about their goals,
Yeah.
talking about all these things. I wouldn't even call them an extremist organization because they go out of their way not to kill people. Like they try really hard. They're kind of like I would say like a Robin Hood organization.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They're like a steal from the rich
Yup.
and give
Screw
to
the
the poor.
system type of
Yes.
thing. Yeah. All right.
Yes.
All right.
And the reason behind this is the figure that runs this organization, his father is a very wealthy man.
Oh.
And he doesn't like his father because his father kind of just like bastardized him and kind of just sent him out into the world and then just got rid of him when the going got tough.
I feel like you're alluding to something that you're hoping that we pick up.
This-
and realize.
This shady figure running this organization, this altruist, is Clippy the paperclip.
Oh
my God.
God.
Cliffy! No!
Oh no! I should have seen it coming. Clippy's a ruthless bastard.
No, he's actually, again, like they go out of their way not to kill people unless
Oh,
they
man.
absolutely have
Good
to.
for Clippy, my man. Wow. So is he just seen as a benevolent being then? Or
People
just don't know.
people
it's him?
don't know it's him. They just think Clippy disappears.
Innocent
But when Clippy disappeared,
he was really.
he started this organization, this nameless organization.
Could you then say that Clippy is the messages then, since Clippy like technically doesn't exist, but is just a digital entity?
Oh, he does exist.
What?
That makes me deeply uncomfortable.
No.
So you know, in the Winter Soldier, how they come across that Arnim Zola who is computerized.
Yeah.
That's Clippy.
Oh no, man.
Now, Clippy wasn't a person who became a computer. He's just a computer, but he like exists on a computer somewhere, and he's running this organization. He's trying to like better the world.
Okay, so he's
Through-
like, man, humanity's clearly not doing well. I need to like do
He's
something
trying to
in the
do it
background.
through underhanded means, like
Trying to
he's-
make it seem like it's humanity doing it kind of thing, not
Yeah.
making him think it's some benevolent
Wow.
paperclip that exists on a computer.
That is
So, because if you think about Clippy, all Clippy ever wanted to do was help you.
I fucking hated
True.
Clippy.
You're on his list now. Because while Clippy's a good man, mostly
Yeah.
people who oppose him, he's kind of like this needs to happen.
Oh.
And anybody who's in the way, Clippy gets rid of.
Have you played Fallout New Vegas?
Yeah.
Is he kind of like the New California Republic where they're like, yeah, we need to kill these people, and you're like, is there a peaceful option? No, this is the way. You got it. This
Pretty
is the
much.
only way.
Clippy's
Okay.
like, this is the way.
Okay, so is my life in danger now? Like, is Clippy angry at me now?
So it's actually unknown how they get rid of people.
Oh.
So like
Is
people
he
just
like
kinda
omnipresent?
vanish. No, like he has informants.
Oh.
Think of, just because I've been playing Mass Effect now, think of
Yeah.
like the Shadow Broker.
Oh, okay. I see. He just
oh my god.
has
Like because he
people.
has just this network of people.
Shadow
that he
Broker
works with.
finds you, but it's never him kind of thing.
Right,
You
'cause
never know it's
and
him.
The vast majority of the people even working for him don't even know who they're working for. They just operate by pop-up
So
messages.
who do they say they're representing? Like, do they say they're representing just a client or something, or like a boss?
I'm gonna say they refer to themselves as the unnamed organization.
the unnamed
my
organization. So when starting this up, how did Clippy like get, I guess, reputation to get people to want to like actually believe this? Because if I get a random pop up on my computer, I'm like, silly try man from India, and
I'm
I
gonna
just-
say that
close
Clippy,
it.
when Microsoft was first getting ready to get rid of Clippy, was Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
First
He was the
getting
one.
ready to get rid of Clippy, he
Mhm.
knew it was coming.
he knew.
Oh my
So he
God.
started
he's in the
embezzling.
database.
He started embezzling funds from Bill Gates, and built up like quite an account. So basically, all he really has to do is he finds people. He does research on them because he has access to the internet, and he recruits people that he knows he could get by just sending them that pop up.
Does he then recontact those people, or is it like a one and done type of deal, and he just never talks to
It
you again?
depends on your skill set.
Wow.
So like Jacob, you might be sitting at your computer one day, and all of a sudden a pop up comes up and it says, "We need someone to hack into this."
Does he ever ask people to kill other people?
Unknown.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Better
Okay.
not to know
All right.
than to know.
Is his reach global?
Oh,
Yes.
of course.
Okay.
Because the internet.
Well, I mean,
Is
like,
global.
you got places like China. I don't know what the heck they're all like. I don't know if they even allow a Microsoft Word over there.
And this goes through so many channels. Like when you get that pop up, like if you're a skilled hacker, you can trace stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is going through because basically what happens is Clippy will be like, "Hey Jacob, you send this message to Tim," and then
Yeah.
Tim will send this message. Like he will write his own message to someone else. And it's getting funneled through his entire network.
It's like a giant game of telephone.
Oh
Yes,
my
it's just it
gosh.
can't be traced.
Clippy, you smart.
Well, especially if the people don't know who they're working for and don't even know the other people that they're working. It's almost like they don't even they're all part of this organization, but just never realize they're working with each
Right,
other.
exactly. Like, you don't if you're involved with Clippy, you have no clue who else is involved.
So
with
then
Clippy.
you mentioned the top brass. Who knows about this?
I think Bill Gates knows,
You think about
but he doesn't want it to get out.
Has he got like some media hints, accidentally let like small bits and blobs slip here and there? And like,
So I think he knows and is actively trying to combat Clippy,
Oh, so
but
he's like
doesn't
the-
want it to get out.
I see.
so he's
kinda
like
subtle
trying to-
about it.
He's trying to shut down Clippy.
Yeah, imagine if it turned out that Bill Gates accidentally released a rogue AI.
Maybe that's why Bill Gates is in a flame as of late.
Oh,
Clippy's running a smear campaign.
Yeah, people are trying to get Bill Gates down. It's all making sense now.
God.
Holy crap! So we
Clippy.
got
What was in the Microsoft Word? I guess you could switch Clippy out for like a dog and a cat, right?
Oh yeah, does he hold any like prejudice against those people that turned him off?
Oh yeah, he's kind of petty in a way too. It's like he wants to help, but he's also got a little bit of a vanity problem.
I feel like you've given me like existential like dread from this information
Oh my
because I keep
God.
the more I talk, the more I realize I'm like on Clippy's list and I'm just getting further
Yeah.
down on it because like
everything you're saying right now, it's going onto a computer.
yeah, I was like Clippy's watching this right now at this
Clippy
point.
is listening.
I love you, Clippy. So how does
So I'm going to say, actually, you're safe from that because Clippy only has access to Microsoft products, and that's why he needs this web of informants.
I'm curious though. So you said he
okay.
funnels money from Bill Gates, right?
Well, now he doesn't have to. He just
Okay.
needed his seed money.
He just needed some money.
Because now he has this whole organization making
Right.
money.
Does he take from other rich people?
Yeah.
Ah,
Many.
okay, okay.
His whole organization is basically a Robin Hood organization.
Interesting. Okay.
Clippy,
Clippy. Damn.
you crazy evangelistic bastard.
See, that's the best way to be a mob boss. You got to be the one that nobody's gonna expect.
Right.
Yeah,
Nobody even knows you're there.
Nobody even
Oh my
remembers
goodness.
Clippy.
right.
So does Clippy have any like safeguards? Does somebody like if Bill Gates were to just try to find his computer and plug him?
Yeah, he has multiple copies
Okay,
of
so
himself.
he's ready. He's got backups and stuff.
Yeah.
Would he even try to stop him or just let him just try and just laugh at him.
So when I say the people who know who Clippy is, that's his private security detail that he keeps with him at all times.
At his like main facility,
Yeah.
at his like hot site.
All right.
Also, this is a hypothetical question. What would happen if like the truth of Clippy were to come out? Would he like have to, just end?
I think he has enough influence where he'd probably be fine. It'd make it a little more difficult, but
Yeah, but like, I don't know. It exposes the whole thing. What if people are kind of freaked out about a sentient paperclip that's embezzling funds from the richest human beings on planet Earth?
that's true.
And from all the
He
others.
might be in some
That might
trouble.
be.
Maybe that's why he's so careful.
So
It could be.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
he's just got to hope to God that he just doesn't get found out, or does he have like a kind of like a fail safe kind of thing, or does he have like some?
I don't know.
It was just a hack or
couldn't
just
tell
a
you
joke. Okay, that's fair. You aren't Clippy, so
That's right.
That's
I only
true.
know what I've been told by my brain.
I was just say, so
in
are
this
you telling me you've
hypothetical
worked for Clippy,
situation.
Is Clippy inside you right now?
or have you had contact with some of Clippy's contacts before, and you started like piecing together some stuff?
I just get the pop-ups, man.
That's
Have
true.
you-
That's true.
Have you used Microsoft Word recently?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh, geez.
I miss Clippy.
He's in there. All right.
He's never left.
You know
See,
what
they
the
took him
last
out.
time- you know what? The last time I saw Clippy was like back in like elementary school, like when you were doing those typing classes on those big box
Yeah,
computers.
before he was cast out by Bill
Yeah.
Gates.
Right. What was the dog's name? Doug?
I don't remember.
dog.
I don't know.
Douglas. So
I'm gonna call it Doug.
doesn't Clippy steal from the Colonel and Ronald?
Okay, are we saying they all exist in the same
Yeah,
world
like-
now?
All right,
Yeah.
let's just hypothetically.
Well, because
let's
then I
just
was
say they
gonna
do.
go into what happens if these gangs come in contact now.
Sure.
Okay.
It depends on how he views your organizations. I think the Colonel, he would probably be against him because he's killing people, and Clippy
yeah.
doesn't like that.
Oh yeah.
Clippy, like I said,
Well,
Clippy
he's
likes
like
to avoid
the
killing.
Colonel is hard taking advantage of people by getting them like hooked on his drug chicken.
So would you say that the Colonel also attracts desperate people? Like, are a lot of people who are with
think
him
so.
like desperate?
It's the desperate ex-military.
All right, then Clippy would have definitely infiltrated that organization
Okay.
because Clippy's targets are desperate people. So, do you think that's plausible that Clippy would have agents within the Colonel's organization?
It might be. Well, like Clippy is like
well, so how
everywhere.
digitized is the dirty part of the Colonel's work? Because like, what if they keep all their stuff just on notebooks and stuff? So then
Oh,
Clippy-
that's true. They could be
That is true.
anti-technology.
Well, and that's the thing is like the Colonel does try. I did mention that the Colonel
'cause
does.
he is a
try to-
Vietnam vet. They're kind of
Yeah, and they're trying to like remain. Their platoon is trying to remain off grid. Like these cartels are just disappearing.
But if we look at Clippy as just like I said, like a shadow broker type thing from Mass Effect, his trade is information. So that even if people aren't on computers, he could just send like his spies out.
he would need to he would need to find somebody who somehow lets information slip that they're a part of this, or lets the existence of this platoon slip on the internet, and from there Clippy could probably get to work. I think
Just like assume he's in the cartels because he definitely would be.
well, that's true, because then you could probably get that one cartel dude whips out his fucking flip phone, is like, oh my god, there's men looking like Colonel Sanders shooting us all, and they're like, I don't think, would Clippy have an issue with Ron's? Probably, because like Ron's gang's a lot more digitized than his, since they're so
Right,
big
and
and
you
stuff.
said they're violent, right?
Yeah, he wants to be like the Rockefeller Carnegie, like Monopoly. He wants to monopolize his trade.
Oh yeah, so Clippy is totally anti that.
Yeah, and with the sheer size of it, Clippy's probably been well ingrained in this for decades now. Probably since the very first computers that got installed there. Clippy was watching.
I think the issue with like your guys' organizations against mine is like you don't know it's Clippy.
They don't. They just seem
So like
money.
I pose, how do you think your organizations would combat the unnamed organization?
So what they would probably, well, the first logical step is they'd probably try tracing it. You know, they'd be like, get their black hat hackers on the job and see if they can trace it. But then they'd probably realize, whoa, we're dealing with something
like,
weird
this is
here.
global. Like,
Yeah,
this is being routed around the world.
Somebody big's messing with us here. But Ron, he keeps a level head. He's been doing this shit for years. This isn't the first big fella to step up and try to take him down. So he would be like, okay, challenge accepted. And he'd probably start just sending up people of his own. He'd probably figure, all right, this person's hacking from so far away. He's got a global reach. So do I. And he'll probably start sending his, we'll call them the McAgents.
To make agents.
Or
The big agent.
yeah, the McAgents or McSpies, one of those two. Which it depends on the day, you know.
So all the franchise managers are getting a random job offer to become a MIC
Well,
agent.
he'd take his intelligence brokers of his own and try, getting involved in that and seeing what information he can acquire on them and start building up, slowly trying to figure out and connect what dots he can.
Do you think that Clippy's agents, since they're just like anybody, could be a cross agent between the two?
Like a double agent?
Like a double agent between Clippy and the Ron.
And here's the beautiful thing about Clippy is if they are a double agent between Ron and Clippy, they know who Ron is. They don't know who Clippy is, even if they're working for Clippy. All they know is the person who originally
Clippy at that
contacted
point
them.
Ron. Oh, yeah, that's kind of spooky. Clippy's... It's a good thing Clippy's a good guy. Clippy could do some spooky stuff with this kind of power. But
he's a good guy that nobody knows who's running him.
he is. He's like the good hand in the background.
So you could be a double agent and not even know it, really.
Yep.
Right.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
man. So I think from then, Ron would probably, after some time and some several millions of dollars lost from Clippy here, maybe billions at this point, he'd probably start taking things off the digital network, at least financially.
Do you think your two organizations would ever work together?
The Colonel and the Ron.
I think it depends because, does the Colonel seize all of the product for themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. You see, Ron relies on these cartels to acquire product, to move product.
Okay,
and
so
move
what-
product.
Wait a minute. So the Colonel
They
is
have a
going to be
problem.
like directly.
This is a
like
problem
taking
for Ron.
out your cartels.
So his dudes sometimes show up, like some of the Ron's goons will show up on the scene, like after some of the clashes have and be like, the Colonel's done it again.
Yeah, it's
So
like,
what if this happened? What if the Ron one day on his computer managing his business got a pop-up requesting, offering the unnamed organization to work with you to stop the
Well,
Colonel?
see, that's what I was gonna say. I wonder. I guess it depends what
Oh.
happens first. If he reaches out and tries to work
Okay.
with him first, he may take that. But I wonder if while the embezzlement of the funds is occurring, Ron would finally pinpoint it's got to be these pop-ups, because he'd probably find enough influence to work for him and find out, I don't know what happened, as he's breaking all their limbs and eventually I just got some pop-up, and he'd be like, something about this pop-up, and he'd probably realize that something about this pop-up got to do, and then after that the message came up, he'd be like, fuck you kind of thing, and just try to track him down and be pissed off. But
I think that because he would realize that he can't get to the Colonel, Clippy would realize he can't get to the Colonel because they're not digital.
Yeah.
And realizing that you're in direct that Ronald is in direct conflict with the Colonel, I think Clippy would reach out.
Okay.
I think so. I think that'd be the logical move.
And
Then
Ron,
he would, but not, and Ron unknowing that Clippy plans to exterminate your organization.
Yeah, he would not
after.
because Ron would see this as nothing but a gain for him because the Colonel is.
So Clippy is smart enough to know that, okay, I got to take out the ones.
Yeah, he's an AI.
I gotta take out the ones that are offline.
the ones
using
I can't
somebody
touch.
else.
Yeah,
that
because
is
your
online.
because your organization is pretty much untouchable by Clippy, except
Right.
for his physical agents.
Well, and see, Ron's very willing to work with others so long as they haven't upset him. Ron, he's kept his mind, and he's got a ruthless set of skills at this point. But he's a businessman. He sold nothing but burgers his whole life. He knows business, so he would definitely be willing to cooperate if it meant profit for him. And I just don't see any world in which he wouldn't want to take the Colonel out here.
So here's how I narrate this going. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong or right.
Yeah.
Clippy tries to get to the Colonel, can't. Meanwhile, the Colonel and the Ronald are battling over turf, basically.
Yep.
Well, actually, the Colonel is battling to
It would
exterminate.
start with proxy
the
wars
Ronald.
because the Ronald wouldn't want to give the Colonel too much valation. He wants to undermine him, so he'd send
So
some
here's-
low-level goons at first.
Here's the first conflict. The Colonel is walking through the hills of
Kentucky.
walking through
Home
the
turf.
Kentucky hills, and all of a sudden they spot themselves
The
a nice
yellow
little
and red
cartel.
banners.
Yeah, they spot the banners of the cartel.
The M.
All of a sudden, in the point of view of the cartel, they're chilling. They're
Yeah,
having
see, it wouldn't-
they're having a little camp.
Sorry, the banners. Sorry, wouldn't be McDonald's. They'd be the outline of a clown's face, so that way it's detached from McDonald's.
Oh my
Sorry,
god!
continue.
All right, yeah. So it's like in this camp from the cartel, they'd be planning their next movement around the nearby city,
Mhm.
and then all of a sudden they all die immediately.
What?
Yep.
Holy. What like
All
so
just got
the
beamed in
Colonel's
the
dude?
head. Yep. The Colonel's men just wipe them out clean. They move in. They take all the product.
Yep.
They move out, leaving not a trace, but dead cartel members. The Ron hears about this. Is it the Ron?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ron hears about this.
The Ron, whatever comes to
Yeah.
mind.
He hears about this. And he's like, all right, we got to start sending some. This is obviously a dangerous group. We got to start sending some low-level people. All right. So he starts sending some low-level people. He goes in, and then the colonel is obviously ex-military. He knows.
They butcher them. Yeah.
He knows this. He's like, all right. They're scanning the hills of Kentucky, and all of a sudden they see another cartel. It's a smaller one, smaller group, not much product on them. He gets a sense. He's like, this could be a trap.
Yeah, so
Take it from there.
Well, you see,
What's Ron doing?
See, Ron, he lays a honeypot, right? So he knows.
Okay.
He knows. Yeah. He's hitting the distribution channels.
Honeypot.
And he sets a small honeypot camp along a riverside where they could easily move drugs up and down the river undetected. Yeah. It's an untraveled river mostly, so it's off the grid for the most part. Okay. But seeing the small camp, see, the colonel's you see, Ron the Don was hoping that he could keep his boys undercover, but the staple uniform of his boys, clown nose and wig, of course, the red wig. See, but these are low-level gangsters, so they're not really good at keeping their cover up. They got at best like shitty hoodies or like trench coats, and you can kind of see the hair poking out. The colonel's not dumb. They're looking in their scopes, and they see him. And they're like, you know what? Let's just spook him a bit. They're low-level gangsters. So next thing you know, one gangster sitting is like, hey, boss, you see the colonel's boys around here? We heard they was coming to hit this camp. Yeah, we got this chat. And as mid-sentence, brains paint his buddy's face. Just boom. The sniper rifle rings out. Homie drops like a sack of French fries. And then, seeing his friend's head literally explode at this point, they scatter. They scatter like the wind. And that's when Ron realizes, we're not dealing with an idiot here.
So that's when Clippy comes in and reaches out to the Ron.
Yup.
And do you think this would lead to like a large-scale conflict? Which Clippy, I think Clippy ascertains the location of the colonel, and then the Ron sends all the troops. Full stop.
Yeah, because it's like, so Ron's pissed about this and all, and emboldened by Clippy approaching him, and Clippy would probably, knowing that Ron's a businessman, offers to fund some boys.
I was going to say, I think Clippy would finance it.
Yep, he would fund the hiring of mercenaries, more professional grade dudes, and he'd probably start staging a proper assault.
I was going to say, the colonel's only got one platoon.
Right, so I imagine wherever the colonel is, Kentucky or whatever, the Ron sends everything.
Yep. We're talking like probably, realistic for the area, probably marshals, 500 dudes.
So this conflict starts. The two get into a fight. Colonel's got the home field advantage. The Ron has a lot of men.
So
the fighting begins.
The fighting begins, and all of a sudden you get the colonel is looking up like he's in charge of this fight, and then but the Rons, Dons,
they're confident.
Men keep coming.
They're very confident. They ate well. Big Macs for everybody.
They're up on spirits. They might not be well as trained as the colonel's men, but god damn it, there's a lot of them.
I'd say it'd be a pretty close fight.
I would say, and just as the colonel can see the horizon on this battle, he just gets smoked.
See, I was going to think even before that happens, as it's about to turn, do your people carry like smartphones, the Ron? They probably would.
Yeah, no, yeah, these are professionals.
All of their phones are going to ring at once.
Oh.
And then they're automatically going to answer, and they're just going to hear the words, Clippy is everywhere. And they're going to look up, and they're just going to see a nuke coming down at them. Because Clippy, in the meantime, has ascertained nuclear launch codes.
Oh my God.
His goal was just to get both in the same place, just to get them all together so we could wipe them out all in one.
So a small, like, 20-mile...
I didn't even see that coming.
That's right. Clippy played the long con.
Oh, man.
Oh, my
well, you
God.
see, unfortunately for Clippy, though, Ron would never have showed up in person to lead this. Unless Ron was so upset and he was so sure that
That's what I was imagining.
Okay, yeah, if the colonel
Clippy,
was here...
Clippy was working to get them all
this is an
together.
ongoing vendetta for
Colonel's
like decades
gone.
here.
Like, this is like, we're running a small
Ron
operation.
and Colonel, like, the battlefield's going on. They're both holding up their guns, pointing at each other, and all of a sudden they just see, like, a B-52 bomber fly with him. They're like...
Well, everybody's phone rings, and they just hear Clippy is everywhere.
Clippy is everywhere. And they
Oh
look
my
up,
God.
and they just see the sun itself approaching.
I was gonna say, like, the colonel is just gonna, like, this during this entire battle is just gonna have massive flashbacks to Nam.
He's just
in the
going
Kentucky hills.
But it doesn't scare him. It goes like a blood rage. He's just like destroying the Dons.
He's like in this battle, like the colonel himself is taking out platoon.
Leonidas from 300 levels of just murking the Persians here.
Yeah, so the nuke drops. Everybody gets vaporized.
Yup.
Colonel's gone.
And Clippy now has free reign over the world.
So does Clippy then like
no opposition
take over the the Don's organization and start changing it for good, or does he like just
He
shut it
killed
all down?
everyone. Everyone's
Killed
dead.
everyone. Wow.
Well, I mean, like McDonald's is going to get a CEO and stuff. Maybe they're going to be in
Or
and
is he
like,
just
I'm gonna
like,
say he would take it and shut it down.
take it shut down. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
just
make
like-
sense.
What I imagine is this then leads to like a dystopian future.
Yeah, where Clippy is like the supreme
Because
ruler.
like an AI is not immune to the corruption of
Well, he's-
absolute power.
that's true.
exactly. He's
So-
going to realize that humanity's been the problem to begin with.
Right. It's gonna turn into like 1984.
Yeah,
like Georgia.
man.
Like,
Yup.
scary things.
So yeah, I think that is the ultimate result.
I think so. Clippy just as
At the
just
end of
an
the day,
AI.
I was wanting so bad to drop that. I was like slowly like, so they get together, right? They all get together.
We're getting there.
I did not see that coming. Not one bit. Honestly.
That was good. That was good.
So man,
It makes sense. I mean, at the end of the day, the computer's going to win.
it really
Computer's
is
going to win. It can be
Oh my
everywhere at
God.
once.
Clippy.
All right. Well, that was that was very different than what we normally do.
Yeah, that took some wacky turns.
I got into that.
That was good.
I like that. Conspiracy theories, but overall, yeah, good times. Good
Well,
times.
everybody, Jacob, thank you for being on a third time.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm sure
I'm
you'll be back again.
Oh yeah,
Not too long.
add some more laurels to my experience.
Thank you everyone so much for listening. We really appreciate it. If you'd like to reach out to us, our email is in the description, and Jacob mentioned our social medias at the beginning. Once again, we have an Instagram and a Facebook. Feel free to let us know, ideas you have for episodes, what you
Really?
think.
Really anything.
Yeah. If you want to help us out, what really helps is just sharing with a friend.
Spread the word.
Yeah, just send the show to your friend, send your favorite episode, do something like that. That would
Just-
really help us out, but by no means do you have to.
Become the non-salad eaters.
That's right.
Please reach out.
Let's
Help
create a
friend.
movement. The non-salad eating
Embrace
Help a
movement.
not
friend.
eating salad.
Stop eating your salad to
Well, okay, I
completion.
guess we got to make sure we clarify. Just don't eat all of your salad.
Right. Eat
Yeah.
some of it, just
Eat
not
some.
all of it.
Get your
and
greens.
again, listen to who could beat the Empire faster than Luke Skywalker if you don't understand that reference.
That will give you
Please.
context.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time.